Hey there, so as you know that C++ supports so many types of control statements. So first we have is the for loop, and we are going to perform this for loop in this tutorial. So let's have a look on its theory first. A for loop is a repetition control structure that allows you to efficiently write a loop that needs to execute a specific number of times. For statement is the most popular and more concise loop control structure supported by almost all the programming languages. It's an entry control looping structure. For loop is quite efficient looping structure while compared with while and do, because it takes care of the initialization of the loop control variable and evaluating the variables. You may pause the video and figure out the theory that I have written right here. Of course, there is the general syntax of for loops. So here you can see that this loop consists three types of expressions. So the first expression is used to initialize the counter. The second is used to specify the terminating condition of the loop. So loop will execute till the condition is true, and these increment and decrement will specify the step of the counters. Let's just have a look on the syntax. So in for you just have to put the initialization, then test condition, and then the increment and decrement operators. So then you have to start the curly braces and write the statements here, which is actually the body of the loop, and there you have to end up the curly braces. So this is all about the syntax which you have to put in the for loop. Let's just have a look on its flowchart. So guys, be serious about this, because this is what will help you to make the for loop more clear, and then you may easily initialize this. So first it will initialize the value, and then the condition were applied. If the condition applied is false, then the statement went outside for the for loop, and it will do not further execute more, and probably the result is blank. But if the condition applied is true, then it will proceed the body of the loop, and further the repetition control structure will take place. To make it more clear, I am going to perform a program. First, we are going to make the easiest program. So for example, if I have to print someone's name 10 times, then we have to write it as. So starting up with IOStream, Conio and void main, we have to put the data types and the variables. As int is the data type that I have taken, and I is the variable. So for I equal to 1, with semicolon we have to put the second step, which is I is less than equal to 10, and with semicolon I plus plus, which is increment operator. Now make this count in your mind that this I equal to 1 is the value that we have to initialize first for the further proceeding. Next, I is less than equal to 10 is the test condition, which we have to apply to let the computer check the condition first. And then we have to use the increment operator, which will specify the step value of the counter. So with the curly braces, now as per the syntax, now we have to put the statement to make it proceeding, which is actually the body of the loop, and I have given cout as Tom. So closing up the curly braces as per the syntax followed, you just end up here your program by get ch, and now we just only have to run our program. So yeah, if you don't know about /n, which I have taken with the body of the loop in the cout, so do remember that its function is to put the text in the next line, so that it may count your words which you have given if you want to. Yeah, this is how it runs, and this is what it is. You may count the words which you have given right there. This is all about the for loop. You may perform so many programs like this. Part 2 of this for loop is right there in the channel, so you may check out.